In this video, we're going to look at creating a very simple glass material that we can use within our scenes. So let's get started on that. So I just created a little sample egg scene with some effects that I've been working on, some materials that I've been working on also, and other bits and bobs that you might see in other videos, including acoustic effects as well. So we are going to make this glass material, which is here, and it's pretty straightforward. So I'll show you what it looks like.
So we have a colour,
and it's pretty straightforward.
Parameters to denote,
so I'll show you what it looks like.
Opacity, and then we have the refraction, which
so we have a colour, we have some parameters. So to begin with, what we need to do is, I'm just going to right click, create a material. I'm going to say this glass, I'm going to say this glass, and then we're just going to create a colour. And I'm going to convert this and just call it colour. And then we're just going to create a colour. And I'm going to convert this and just call it colour. Right click, convert parameter. And then click on base colour. And I'm going to make this white. It seems to work best when it's white. And that's all we need to do for the colour. We need to change blend mode to translucent. Shading model can stay here, but we do need to make it two-sided. And that means that you can see it from both sides, from the inside and the outside. And you could do this with other materials as well. And then what we're going to need to find is translucency. So up here, and then we're going to turn that to surface translucency volume. That works best with this, and it also, these options also open up the options to be opacity mask. And then if I come down to here, whereabouts is it? I've got to remember now. Under refraction, you need to change this to index of refraction, and what that does is it allows you to open up this option here. Now what I'm going to do is hold S and left click, and I'm going to call this metal. I'm going to copy and paste two more, and I'm going to call these roughness, and I'm going to call this opacity. Hopefully I spelled that right. I probably didn't. No, I think I spelled that right. And I'm going to turn this quite low. It needs to be like 0.05, and I'm going to plug it into the opacity. Roughness can stay at 0. It's quite reflective. And then if I change the metal to 1, for some reason with lumen, this works best with a value set to 1. And it's all about experimenting with this sort of thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the refraction. So I'm just going to comment this and call this roughness, little opacity. Again, I do like to keep organized. Color. And then I'm going to create some more scalar parameters. I'm going to call this refraction. I'm going to call this refract. I'm going to call this.
And then we're going to need a Fresnel.
And then to lerp all these values together. So the refraction value of glass is 1.52. And then this we can set to 1. And the rest of them we can keep the same. And we're just going to plug this into the refraction. Okay, I'm going to double check to make sure I've got everything set correctly. So I know what the issue is. I forgot to plug the roughness in. There you go. Click apply, save, close that down. Click apply, save,
if I go
close that down.
Just click on
and then
here,
there we go. And
I can change
if
the
I go to, so say I wanted to change the color of this, I can do, because I've made it a parameter. I can add slight tints to the color, but we're going to keep it as white. The only other thing that I added in here was post-processing volume, slight tints to the colour, but we're going to keep it as white.
I went over to
infinite, unbound, always tick this because then it affects your whole scene, not just within the box. Obviously, if you want to just effect in the box, you would untick that. And then if I go down to infinite, unbound, always tick this because then it affects your whole scene, not just within the box. You just go down.
Translucently type to ray tracing instead of raster. And I up the
translucently type to ray tracing instead of raster. And that's how I created a very simple glass shader, which you can follow along to.